Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 19th through 25th. We're going to open up the energy of the reading today with the Antelope Spirit. And this one says, life is speeding up. Okay, well, let's find out in which way it's speeding up. What is speeding up? Is it work? Is it home? Is it school? Is it our private life? Is it our love life? Is it finances? Something is speeding up. We're going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith. We have a Nine of Pentacles. Oh, yes. So right away, there's this financial energy. So I think for a lot of you, yeah, it's going to be the money is speeding up, and that's always a good thing. We have a Six of Wands. The victories are speeding up. We got the Magician. You are the magic maker, Cancer. Claim this right now. In the comments, I want you to say, I am a magic maker. All right? We have a Three of Wands. Very good. From a 3 to a 6. So to me, that feels like your magic, your intentions, what your vision that you've held is now coming to fruition a lot faster than you thought. Things are speeding up. Your progress is speeding up. What you were looking at, like out over the horizon, maybe you thought it was going to take a lot longer for you to get to your goals. Feel like you're getting there a lot faster now, okay? Things are speeding up. We got a Page of Swords. We've got the Lover's card. Very nice, wow. Okay, we've got a King of Cups. Five of Swords. The Justice card. And the Sun card, even more victory and triumph, happiness. I think health, I think wealth, I think vitality. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with our little Tibetan prayer wheel right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down below. All right, now let's look around the room and we'll see major, 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 major. We've got fire and fire, a little bit of water. We've got some air cards and we've got our earth cards. Okay, not a lot of water, but I think just enough water that's going to keep us, keep us going, keep us satisfied. Yeah. But let's talk about this here Nine of Pentacles because this is the card of gain. This is the card of the visible signs of progress. I think this week you are going to notice the rewards coming in. You're going to notice that what you've been doing has been working. This is the card of independence, self-sufficiency. It's a card that's saying, like this week, Cancer, you're going to enjoy the comfort and the security that your discipline has created for you. This is a week to enjoy and appreciate your accomplishments. Yeah, life's speeding up. You're getting to your goals faster. This is luxury and abundance that is available to you. Allow yourself to enjoy this. Okay, this card is really, we see the little snail down there, right? This card's all about slowing down and enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? But then it's saying life is speeding up. So hurry up and enjoy your life, is kind of one of the messages. But I think it's also saying that, look, you're getting an opportunity now to make a lot more progress a lot more quickly. Make sure you take time to slow down and smell the flowers and to taste the fruits of your labor, okay? So if life is speeding up, this card is telling you, slow down, like the little snail, slow down and enjoy what you're creating. Okay, find moments to enjoy the luxury and abundance that you've built. Okay? True success comes not just from what you're stacking up, but from your peace of mind and from your heart. Right? That's real success is when you're actually able to enjoy what what you're creating. Yeah. So very good week for enjoying what you've created. Very good week for noticing and recognizing, acknowledging your accomplishments and seeing the progress coming in. Again, this card is about the visible signs of progress. Sometimes it's about the trappings of wealth too. And sometimes it's just like, how do you notice a successful person? Are they the ones with the nice car and the fancy watch and all the gold or something, right? No. Maybe they're the ones that are just at peace, So for you, ask yourself this question this week. What does success look like? Yeah. It's kind of rhetorical, open-ended question. Put in the comments if you want. What does success look like to you? Like actually look like? Does it look like fancy watch and new car? Maybe. Yeah, maybe for some of us that is success. Maybe that is how I'm going to gauge my success, by, how nice my car is, I've always in my life, I've never had a new car. I've always had second, third, fourth hand cars. I always drove a car that was like 10 or 20 years old. Always had problems with my vehicles. But it was just recently that my wife and I were able to buy a new car, okay? It was modest, it was the least expensive new car we could find, but it was new to us, And it was, to me, that was like, okay, I finally am able to get something, like I've earned that, I don't feel like that is necessarily a symbol of success, but for me personally, because of my track record with cars, and the way I've always, and for some reason, I always tend to have transmission trouble in my cars. Every car I've ever had has transmission issues. So for me to be able to get a car that was new, and it wasn't, again, it wasn't anything crazy spectacular, right? It was within our means, but it felt good. And so for me, that was kind of a little bit of a symbol. But it could be a lot of other things, right? What does success look like to you? I think success now is the ability to have time. Success to me it looks like somebody who is not having to rush from one thing to the next frantically like they're a chicken with their head cut off, That's what success might look like. Anyway, you let me know in the comments, okay? We have also victory. You have gain, success, and you have victory. Victory and recognition are yours this week. All of your efforts are paying off. Other people are noticing you, okay? Your confidence is growing. You're allowing yourself to accept the praise, take credit for what you're doing. Acknowledge your progress. Allow yourself to feel good about it. Know what success looks like for you, and then you witness that in your life. This is a time to celebrate your progress. Celebrate the wins. Life is speeding up. Things are happening faster. Make sure that because let's say life is speeding up, but success to you looks like time. It looks like the ability to slow down. Okay? So ask yourself that in all of your work, all of your efforts, are you creating time for yourself? Do you have that ability? To me, that's real wealth and success, is the ability to create time. It says, if I want to spend time with my family, I can. If I want to spend time painting, I can. It means I got to do a lot of extra work beforehand, but we're able to create that. Okay? So celebrate your progress, celebrate the wins, allow yourself to feel that confidence in what you're doing. And also observe that as life speeds up, are you able to still continue to make time for the thing, for enjoying your life, enjoying the things that you're creating, okay? Your determination here is motivating other people, inspiring other people. You may be in a bit of a leadership position, okay? Or that may be kind of the name of the game this week, is that you're setting the pace, okay? You're leading the pack, you're setting the pace this week. I think success also has to include a recognition of all the people that supported you. That kind of gratitude and recognition is going to go a long way this week for you, okay? Securing that support, acknowledging the people that have helped you get where you are. That's going to be very important. Now, we've got the Magician under the surface. This is a week of recognition. This is a week like of you acknowledging your accomplishments, acknowledging how far you've come. The Magician really is realizing that right now there's a good alignment of things happening for you. Because I feel like this is everything you need to make progress toward your goals. You've got your tools, your skills. Timing is properly aligned. You've got all your time, effort, energy, money, and space arranged perfectly for progress. You're focusing your attention on the things that matter the most. Your energy isn't scattered, right? So there's a concentration. That's going to allow you to make a lot of progress and get the good wins, all right? Get the good wins this week and really make more rapid progress toward your goals than you thought. So life is speeding up, that antelope spirit, okay? Your thoughts, words, and deeds are going to hold a little extra power this week, so use them carefully and with confidence. The things that you say are going to have consequences. The things that you do are going to result in an outcome. And you want success and gain and victory, right? So make sure your thoughts, words, and deeds are intentional, and they will be successful. Everything you do right now is going to work. So make sure you're doing the right things. Everything you say is going to have its intended effect. Make sure you know what you're saying, you know? Every wish you make is going to come true this week. Make sure you know what you're wishing for, that sort of energy, okay? You have a clear vision. I think you're very determined. You're the magic maker. You're transforming your ideas into reality. You're taking your 3 and you're making a 6. Okay? Every deliberate effort is going to ripple outward into very big results. You've got to claim your role as a magic maker, okay? Definitely, definitely. Because this is someone that is causing change and conformity with their will. This is your will. This is the victory of that will, the success of that will. You have an intention, it manifests. Okay? This is absolutely a wonderful week for you to be striving for anything and everything. Also slowing down and recognizing your success. Now, 3 of Wands back here. The efforts that you've been putting in are beginning to show results this week. All the cards are pointing to that. This is an opportunity for expansion and growth. Progress right now is becoming very stable and very visible. Okay? So this is like a patient energy. This is like we're going to continue to move forward. I think that your vision is starting to materialize a lot quicker than you anticipated. Life is speeding up. And that's very good. It's a very good problem to have. But it still is requiring that you might have to sort of adjust your timeline. You might have to, use your magic to adapt to the rapid pace. Okay? Your confidence in your vision here is allowing you to get the wins and get the victories and realize the success. Okay? This is a card of anticipation. And I don't think that you anticipated things happening so quickly. But again, it's a very good problem to have. Okay? So a good week for continued effort, a very good week for acknowledging your progress and allowing yourself some time to enjoy the success, especially if life is starting to speed up. Well, I think it's good that we enjoy what we're building and maybe we're preparing for that rapid pace. Okay, maybe towards the end of the year is kind of a busy time for you. But this week is all about recognizing the victories, realizing that's the success that you've been after, the goals that you've had, whether they're financial goals, romantic goals, family goals, school goals. They're happening a lot faster than anticipated. Okay. Page of Swords up here. A very good time for you to be curious, a very good time for you to learn and study new things, discover, new hidden talents, discover new skills, study, learn, research, pay attention to information. Pay attention to messages or news, right? That might come in rather suddenly. It's, you kind of want to keep up on current events. You want to keep up on you want to check in with the data, consult the metrics and the spreadsheets and all that kind of stuff, right? The literature, keep up with the data that's coming in. It's a good week for asking questions and having an open mind, and also staying alert for opportunities as things start to pick up speed for you and your progress starts happening faster and faster. It's important that the mind stays sharp so that your mind can keep up with the rapid pace. Otherwise, things are going to be whizzing by and you're going to miss them. So it's like your mind has to kind of really start moving faster too as life starts to speed up. Okay? So stay alert, stay vigilant. For some of you, there's going to be a very, a very major decision on the table. The Lover's card. And it might be, for some of you, it's literally going to be, are you deepening your commitment to your partner? It could be that life is speeding up in that way too. It could be that your timeline is sort of is smaller, shorter now than you thought it was going to be. So it may be that the Lovers could be the particular goal that you've been after, and the pace is picking up to get to that kind of final union, okay? But the Lover's card is usually about choice. And it's usually what we are devoted to, what we're choosing. For some of you, there is kind of a choice of the heart that's on the table right now. And there may be something that's asking you to align more fully with it, okay? It may be a week where your relationships deepen, okay? And where you fully recognize where your devotion, where your commitments really belong, okay? There's a certain attraction for some of you. And I don't know if this is exactly romantic or if this is a deepening of your love for whatever this work is that you're doing. It could be a balance here, maybe. We do have the Justice card too, so it's suggesting that maybe there's this work-life balance that needs to be looked at a little bit. Whatever your relationships are in life, it's important that you communicate honestly. We allow ourselves to be a little bit vulnerable. Choose integrity, okay? And you're building something long-term. You're building something on a foundation of trust that's going to then be present in your life for a long, long time. Doesn't have to be romance, okay? I feel like you're building a strong relationship or partnership that's going to last for a long time. It's going to be in your life, okay, for a long time. But this is the card of choice, like I said. This is the card of the 1,000% heck yes choice. And for some of you, it's going to be a romantic choice. For some of you, it's going to be, a celebration that is sort of happening, let's say in your business or your career, that's going to give you... It's going to give you a little bit more ability to say yes to something else in life. Maybe it's we're waiting for our finances to we're waiting for some kind of career success before we say yes to something else in life. Okay? This is a very good time, generally, for you to commit to things that are working, that are very obviously functioning in the right way and producing results. It's kind of we're going to commit ourselves to those things. If it's a relationship that has been working and it's been growing and it's been rewarding, then it's kind of now's a really good time to recommit yourself to that relationship or even take it a little bit further. Does that make sense? So it's a good time to solidify choices that we've already made, or to make new choices, or to really lock something in that we don't want to lose. okay? Especially as life starts to pick up the pace, that Lover's card may be saying, like, life's going to get really busy. Make sure you let your person know how much you care about them, and make sure that you kind of like, you strengthen that bond, because it could be that with the rapid pace of life, it might put some stress, some kind of torsion on that relationship. Okay, so it's important that we recommit to those people, okay, or that one person. For some of you, it's going to be romance. It's going to be your current partner, okay. One thing I want to do before we move to the path of the serpent is a manifestation oracle card. And here we have the ritual, or spiritual strength. Let spirit guide you through any challenges along the way. I conquer obstacles. Yeah, you're conquering obstacles. What is the Six of Wands but victory after a fight? So to me, that's a conquering energy, okay? That you faced an obstacle and you conquered it. The Six, right, coming after the Five. And so it may be that you're really in a very, very confident energy this week, and it's going to really give you the confidence to commit to something that has been sort of asking for your commitment, all right? And it's sort of about our King of Cups as well, because this is a very emotionally stable and very confident person. This is somebody that, like, believes in their authenticity, yeah? It's a week for leadership, yeah? It's a week for you guiding other people. And I feel like something's being locked in, like, more. Like, this is, I don't know, I feel like this is kind of like, it really solidifies something for you this week. All the wins, the gains, the progress, the rapid progress you're making this week, it really, like, confirms something, okay? This is somebody here that can trust themselves, that they can handle their emotions without being overwhelmed. This is you leading with your heart. I feel like this is kind of like, this is the best part of a Cancer energy, you know, where you're trusting your feelings. You're not hiding them. Their shadow qualities aren't coming out, but it's really just like, it's an authentic expression of your emotions. Okay? I feel like you have a very steady presence in your life. And, you know, it could be that there are emotional pressures on you. You're feeling the weight of that water, but you're staying true to your path. And maybe that's part of our Six of Wands, if we're kind of coming off of the Five of Wands, right? That there's been a fight, and now there's a victory. I think what saw you through that fight was your ability to hold fast to your truth despite the emotional turbulence, okay? And that's kind of what saw you through that fight and is getting you to this victory. The Five of Swords is, you know, is some of that conflict energy. But I think now it's you realizing that, like, the fight can be over. You know, that any arguments that are left lingering, it's just like the battle's done. There's no point in being on the field anymore with the swords, because it's victory is already won. This is like somebody that is saying, like, hey, I want a rematch, and you're like, I'm moving on, you know. So I feel that you know, this week, let's not be drawn into any kind of arguments. Let's not be led by ego. Let's avoid any kind of entanglements. Let's avoid the drama. If we got something to say, let's be very honest. Let's be humble. I feel like the conflict energy is kind of gone now. We're letting go of any kind of fights that aren't serving our highest reality. It's kind of like you've already won. You know, you're being already recognized for something that you accomplished. You don't want to be a poor winner. And you hope that the other people aren't sore losers. I feel like there's been some sort of competition for some of you. And I feel like you're coming out on top, but you still want to be compassionate to the people that didn't get it. You know what I mean? So there's kind of a humbleness that's being implied here. I think that the Five of Swords was maybe even like a time of uncertainty for you, where you weren't sure if what you were doing was going to work. Again, this could be at home, at work, at school, your job, your career, your creativity, it doesn't matter. But I think that there was a recent period where you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know if it would work. You didn't know if it was ever going to become anything. I feel like your success now was kind of almost unexpected. Or it's like maybe you always knew that one day it would work, but maybe you just didn't think it would be this soon. So I kind of feel the Five of Swords is a little bit of disbelief, a little bit of like, wait a minute, is this real? And I think it is. Yeah, it is real. Okay. You've got the Justice card as well. And the Justice card is to me kind of a karmic justice. I think that you've been struggling, and you've been sacrificing, and you've been trying to do your very best and put in the very best work of which you're capable. I feel like the time of fighting is over, and the balance is being restored. You know what I mean? I feel like things are kind of swinging in your favor now. So I feel like there is some kind of karmic reward for all of the suffering that you've endured. It's now kind of coming back to you as reward. Okay. This is going to be a week also where you're going to have to make some very, very challenging decisions. Between these two cards here, to me, it feels like you got to balance your heart and your head. You've got to try to balance your family life and your professional life, so to speak, the kind of work-life balance. I think you have to really look closely at things before making any big decisions. If there is any kind of conflict, I think that you need to try to look at it fairly and know that every choice you make is going to have consequences. Bring balance back to your life, okay, in any area of your life that feels like it's been uneven. Okay. And so with that Lover's card, if it is kind of face value, if it is about love and romance for you, how do we balance we're making all this progress and all this success, let's say at work or finances or something like that. How do you then sort of stop rushing so much into that and spend some time on your private life, your friends, your family, your pets, your plants, your people, you know? So we need to be able to balance those different aspects of life, okay? And the Justice card, of course, is higher wisdom and discernment. So it's saying that there might be some difficult decisions. It may be that like there are two options on the table and you cannot pick both of them at the same time. So it may be a week where you're going to have to adjust some of your priorities, okay? Especially if life is speeding up. Some things may get sort of sacrificed, for the sake of progress. Okay, you got the Sun card this week as well. This is joy, this is vitality, and this is clarity. This is success. This is you celebrating your wins, celebrating your progress. And I think that it's a really good time to take your relationship. If you're in a relationship, take it to the next level. This is a really good time, okay, to do that. Really good time for a union. Because I think that your timeline has accelerated. You've gotten a lot of your goals accomplished faster than you thought you were going to. This, again, is kind of your confidence growing, okay? This is you moving boldly forward. This is happiness. And this is you wanting to share that happiness, spread that happiness out to other people around you. I think you're stepping into the light. I think you are being recognized for something, or being promoted somewhere, or being raised up in some aspect. Okay, you're getting some kind of praise or some kind of award, I think, this week. Okay, it's a time of clarity. It's a time of you being able to see the big picture, and it's a time of being able to see what's really important to you. Okay, so we might be shifting priorities too as a result of this. This is you enjoying the warmth of the win. And it really, I think in a way, it's kind of saying like postpone any kind of big choices until you've had time to really think it through. Avoid any kind of drama or entanglements. Just feel good for what you've accomplished and let this week be about the celebration. The big decisions and all the weighing of the options, that could be done next week. This week, enjoy the warmth of life without overthinking anything. It's kind of, in a way, I think, postponing any of these kind of choice energies or any of this kind of evaluation. Postpone any big decisions until later. Okay? Celebrate the win. And let's look at the mystery card. I don't know, maybe another 9 of Pentacles? I don't know. It could be a 9 or a 10 of Cups, I guess. Could be a 6 of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Could be the Chariot. Let's see. An Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so I think that this is kind of saying you're being given a gift right now, and you just need to accept this and enjoy it and, feel it. Bask in the glory of your accomplishments right now. Because I feel like next week there's going to be a choice of what moves to make and what the next step is. So just feel this feeling now. And again, that Sun card is saying, like, just bask in the warmth of the win. And don't worry about anything. Don't worry about what the next thing is. Okay, stay in the moment. Appreciate, recognize, acknowledge the progress that you've made. Next week, big decisions, a lot of steps forward, a lot of things to sort of evaluate, but maybe not right now. Right now, just enjoy it. Yeah. And hit the join button to watch the extended reading. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do oracle cards. We will clarify love and money. And we'll do the yes, no coin. Cancer, I thank you, I love you, and we're all in this together.